What is up, everybody? We got an awesome video today coming to you from MOFT. They were nice enough to send me their MOFT Snap Case for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. It also does come in a Pro version and a regular version. I've been a big fan of MOFT from all their different stand products for computers, iPhones, iPads, pretty much anything you can think of from Apple, they're going to have a stand for. So very excited to try out their case. And then they were nice enough to send me another magnetic MagSafe tripod stand. So we'll get into that after the unboxing of the case itself. Looking at the back of the case, you do get a little bit about the case itself, some of the protections, invisible MagSafe, color palette, and then 3 feet of drop protection. So not too bad there. Obviously, it's not the 6 feet or higher that's on some cases we see, but from a really minimalist case, this is still going to be protective and awesome for you. On the front, you do get the name of the case itself, and then a little bit more of the information on the back as well, and then a little bit recycled information so you know about the packaging. Now to open the case up, you do just get a little sticker on the back here. I don't have my knife on me right now, so we are going to kind of butcher this box up a little bit, and then that bottom part just slides right off like that. Pretty nice packaging in general. Then this little plastic top pops out. And here you go. Here's the case. Nothing else in there, so we'll put that off to the side. This color of this case is absolutely phenomenal, and the immediate feel of it is super soft and clean. No hard plastic. Kind of gives a leatherette feel, so really good on the outside there. All right, taking a look at the outside of the case. On the inside, you have an extremely nice felt-like material to protect the back of the case itself. And then a little bit of MagSafe and designed by MOFT, but you can see where that MagSafe ring is, which is invisible. As you can see that you can't see it on the back. Now you do get the camera protection on the back, like they said on the box, but we'll show you how much protection you actually get when the phone is actually in the case itself. Fully integrated buttons with matching color, so that's really nice to see right there. And they look really good and they feel super sturdy. So matching ones as well on the left side for your volume rocker and action button there. Taking a look at the bottom, you do get little cut pinpoint for the speakers. Not always my favorite, as it sometimes deadens the sound if they're not on properly, but still not a big deal. And then a really generous USB-C charging port for right there. And then on the side, you do have a camera cutout for the camera button, so no integrated button there yet. Let's go ahead and snap the phone into the case itself. Of course, Siri needs to activate, and this thing fits really nicely. Just taking a look at the sides and the pull on it, you really don't get much, maybe a little more near the buttons themselves, but then even around the camera button, you don't get a lot of movement there. So very nice form-fitting and tight on the case around the phone. And then taking a look at the camera bump and how much you get, I mean, maybe a millimeter of space in there. I'll zoom in so you can see exactly how much extra you get, maybe a millimeter, but enough drop protection where, if you drop your phone like that, it's not going to hit directly on the concrete or whatever surface you're on, but it isn't going to protect from anything like a pebble or anything like that. So take that with a grain of salt or however you want to view it, but I do like that, you do get a little bit of more protection on that as well. Feeling the buttons. They're very clicky and very easy to hit. So just because they're fully integrated, sometimes you get a little bit of a harder click that you need to push, but these are really nice. They protrude out pretty decently, kind of get a zoom in there. So you get a really nice feel, tactile feel, and the buttons are there, which is great. And we'll have no problem one-handing this or even just like not even looking, that you're going to be able to push these buttons and they're not going to be too tough. So that's really great. Love that about this case as well. The overall feel in the hand, before I get into the rest of it, the back is super smooth, but does have a little bit of a tactile grip to it. So you're not going to need to worry about the phone falling out of your hand or being too slippery. It does have that slight leatherette feel, which is really good. It's super soft. And then a plastic top around the camera bump right there. So no big deal. And then regular plastic integrated buttons. And then right here, you do get a little bit of MOFT branding. So nothing crazy with them plastering their logo and things all over the device. You're not going to get that here. So just a little bit there. No real protection that you can see in the corners. You do get that 3 feet of drop protection. So pretty basic protection on that. Will probably save your phone from falling out of your pocket or off the table, but nothing crazy like 6 feet or 12 feet of drop protection like in other cases. So if you're clumsy, maybe this isn't going to be the case for you, but if you want a minimalistic case that looks and feels great in the hand, this is definitely the case for you if you're not going to drop it. Then going back to the bottom with your cutouts of the speakers, those do look to be right on perfect. So I don't think it's going to muffle the sound at all. Still would have liked full on cutouts, but that's their design choice. So a really generous USB-C cutout there. You're going to be able to fit any cable with any size head into that. So really nice design quality there, and good by MOFT of putting that. Just a little bit of a zonk on the speaker module and speaker cutouts. And then going to the camera cutout, you do get a full cutout around the button itself on the case. Not something you totally see a lot anymore, especially with case companies now getting back to the fully integrated buttons and things like that, now that they know exactly what they need to do on that. But it's still a really nice, cutout and very easy to use. I have no problem with, cases having an open button like this. It's totally fine and really easy to use. I don't think it affects any of the protection on the device either, and you still get the full feel of the button itself. So if it's something you really want to have, either having the camera cutout or the camera button, something for you to look at. But if you want the button, this isn't going to be the case for you. There are other options, but from one that has a full cutout, it's totally fine. I have no problem with it. It is very sturdy around the button, so you're not going to need to worry about kind of wear and tear there. So overall thoughts and impressions on the MOFT case, I'm going to give it an 8.3. I'm going to zonk a little bit for the camera button right there, and then a little bit for the speaker modules. But the overall look and feel of this case is great. It feels super good in the hand. It's really thin and minimalistic. There isn't too much to it, and it just looks really nice and clean. If it's sitting there on your table or on your desk, the case stands out, and the color is phenomenal. It does come in some other great colors as well. So you can take a look at that, and I'll have links down below for you as well. And then we can take a look at the invisible phone tripod stand. So they sent me this as well. I've always been a fan of their stands. This just says pull me. This gives you a little bit about the stand itself and the different ways that it can work. And then to open it, the bottom just kind of pops out there, and then it kind of falls out. So here it is. Here is the invisible tripod stand. Basically, all you have to do is open it like that. And then once you open this, that kind of creates the stand itself. And there are many different angles that you can put this at. So being on the device, you can see that it is a little bit thicker, but from the versatility you're going to get, it's really fantastic. So, really good magnetic strength there. As you can see, it can hold the phone up vertically like that. You can put it sideways if you wanted to, like that as well, horizontally. And then just to do the rest of the case, all you have to do is flip that bottom part open, and then it creates the tripod stand. So you can have your phone vertical, you can have it horizontal. It's going to work in every single angle that you want. And then also it is super strong. You can literally put your phone pretty much at any angle. That might be the limit there, but pretty much any angle that you can want, it's going to be able to hold on to. So this tripod stand, if you need an accessory for your phone to be able to, watch content on the go or anything like that, this is definitely going to be a fantastic one for you. Another link down below as well. So thank you so much to MOFT for sending me this. I really appreciate it. It's a fantastic phone case and a fantastic accessory. So if you guys want to purchase this, please go ahead and use the links down below. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Thank you again, MOFT, for sending me this. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.